Well, hey, FKA Twigs fans, it's Ken Lawson, Renaissance Man, and I'm here today with FKA Twigs Home with You. Um, Lots of people asking for this one and saying that if I really like the expressive, you know, that side of Twigs, that I will really like this one. Um, I read that she directed it, which is awesome. Um, as we all know, she is creative in so many different areas, and directing, great. I think I've watched a couple others that she directed, and they were phenomenal. Um, and because she is such a visual person, and I've said this before, I like to take her videos in for what they are and not focus on lyrics too much while I'm listening to the song. So what I did this time, I went ahead and went through and I thought, well, let me go ahead and read the lyrics ahead of time, because I really want to understand where she's coming from, on the lyrics on this one as I'm watching the video and not trying to figure it out as I go along. Uh, although the really, really cool thing, and if you haven't done this yet, you should. When I went to look at the lyrics, I go to Genius Lyrics a lot when I'm researching because they have breakdowns of individual lines and all that. FKA, well, Twigs, went through and did all the annotations herself on Genius Lyrics and talked about every line almost of the song and what was behind the writing of it and what it means to her. And it was so enlightening in that a lot of these things I would not have gotten had I not read through those. And I think they will help me appreciate the song a little bit more. So I will be passing those along to you in summarized versions because she wrote long sections about even just one line of the song. Um, so I will try and summarize a little bit of what I'm taking from the lyrics and all that and what she was saying they're about. And so anybody who hasn't looked into those before, maybe it'll give you a new understanding of the song. All right, so let's jump into this. It's so odd. This is just a 4-minute song, and so many of hers are so much longer. I was expecting it to be longer. Um, I don't know the tone of the song or anything yet, but I do. I thought the lyrics were great. I'm going to go ahead and bring them up over here so that I can talk about them a little bit as the song goes. Ooh. Not the tone I was expecting. For some reason I thought I was going to start with piano.
I'm so wired for it, seen it, tried it. I die fully on my terms when I get my lessons. Learned apples, cherries, pain. Breathe in, breathe out, pain. No, Novocaine. Still maintain my grace. How come the more you have, the more that people want from you? More you burn away, the more that people earn from you. More you pull away, the more that they depend on you. I never seen a hero like me in a sci-fi. So I wonder if you need to remember me. I wonder if you think that I can ever raise you up. I wonder if you think that I can ever help you fly. I never seen a hero like me in a sci-fi. But I save my life if I thought it belonged to you. Mary Magdalene would never let her loved ones die.
Wow. Okay, I want to stop it right there. For one thing, as far as the lyrics go, it's a very personal song for her. The whole thing about I'm so wired, fought it, seen it, tried it. She was talking about being so hyped and wired that you can't sleep, and that you've tried everything, to try and just be able to relax. And then I die for you on my terms was basically, because it says when I get my lessons learned. She was saying that the that if you go through life and you learn all the lessons that you need to learn, then you can go to the next level, the next place. But if you don't learn your lessons, you come back as somebody else to keep continuing to try and learn the lessons you need to learn. The apples, cherry, pain, breathe in, breathe out, pain, Novocaine, had to do with her fibroid tumors that she had. And she called them she compared them to fruit. So her tumors were like a fruit basket. And she would call them, like apples, cherries, and all that. And people thought it was so cute. And yet it was agony for her. When it gets to the breathe in, breathe out pain, Novocaine, and still maintain my grace, she was on morphine when she was in the hospital. And when they let her out, they gave her painkillers, but she doesn't like doing that kind of thing. So she tried to not take painkillers because she's really conscious of what she puts in her body, and she's very, health conscious. So she would just deal with the pain and try and keep on a good face. All extremely, personal stuff. So that's just, and then when it gets to how come the more you have, the more people want from you. The more you burn away, the more people earn. It's talking about fame, that once you achieve it and people think, oh, well, getting famous and having the money and doing all of that will solve all your problems. But all it does is create more problems. Because now you've got people that depend on you that didn't depend on you before for their living, for, everything. Like their livelihoods now revolve around you, and where you didn't have those pressures before, now you do. And the more you pull away, the more they depend on you. Same kind of thing. If you try to pull back, it's like they're like, well, you can't do that because we need for this to keep moving forward. I've never seen a hero like me in sci-fi. She said that it's because heroes in sci-fi tend to be more perfect people, and usually not the ethnicity she is, and things like that, and that it's hard to find a hero in movies and things like that she can relate to, and that shows that they have problems and all of those things. But she wants to be that hero, but she doesn't have a role model that she feels like she can relate to. Her writing on all of this was really, really, really good. I hope that you stuck through that, because I was just condensing it all down into the quickest version. And I'm going to get us up to the chorus. So I wonder if your needs are even meant for me. I wonder if you think that I could never raise you up and, help you fly and all that. She's basically at that point saying, and when I say basically, it's because I'm condensing down what she's saying. I'm not just doing it out of habit. So she's saying that how can I help you fly and do all these things when I'm having trouble doing them myself? I've got these issues as well, and I can't solve your problems if I can't even solve my own. I'd save a life if I thought it belonged to you. Mary Magdalene would never let loved ones down. It's that a lot of times the person who's being supportive and all of that isn't even the star. They're the background players, and yet they're the ones who are keeping it all together and trying to help everybody. Really, really interesting stuff. So sorry for the long pause, but I wanted to go through those lyrics leading into this, because I just thought that they're so brilliantly written, and she was putting so much really personal stuff into these. And I like that the look is party, but almost like party too long. Oh, the eye things are so interesting. Ooh. For some reason, I wasn't expecting cool choreography. And in this section, she's talking about people just being up front and saying when they need help.
When I visualize, all I see is black.
Oh,
Floor.
this song and the production is nothing like what I expected. Oh,
Stoking all the fires in the cellar, place a light. Call me later at night, and I'll be running home to you.
holy crap! This is boy, this is a full-on just journey. Wow. Let me get to the chorus here. Real quick too, I love the way she's using her voice in this. She's going all kinds of places with it, utilizing so many tools in her toolbox. This whole thing about if I didn't know that you were lonely, if you just told me, I'd be home with you. And it's about communication. And especially with her touring and doing all these things, and someone's there at home holding down the fort, taking care of business, is what she was writing about. And that sometimes you just have to tell me, I know you're out there doing that, but I need you to come home just for a while and just be here, because I'm lonely and I just need you here. And she's saying that's, and this, it's interesting, this, if you just told me, I'd be running down the hills to you, she said was kind of in reference to Kate Bush's running up the hill, I think it's called. Yeah, the song is running up that hill, and what Kate Bush is saying, that you have to almost switch places to be able to understand each other. And what Twigs is saying is, you don't have to switch places, you just have to communicate, and you have to talk to each other. And that's how you get an understanding of each other. Once again, brilliant writing. Okay, this whole section, it's when I visualize, all I see is black. Ground me to the floor just a little bit more. And she's talking about meditation there, and that she uses meditation to try and ground herself, and that sometimes she looks down and grounds herself. Sometimes she looks upward and wants to, be, letting herself float in a way. Stoking up the fire for you, set the place alight, and I'll be running home to you. And at that point, she's saying that if it gets so bad and you feel like I'm not hearing what you're saying, just light it up. And once there's something big, then I'll know that I need to come home, in a way. But it's so interesting that this whole section that's talking about meditation and talking about trying to ground yourself, which, by the way, this little section with her friends where they come in on top of her, that it's so quick, and yet it's a beautiful shot right there. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. And the way it came together. But then, all the people that she's with there, after, going through everything together, then it's end of the night. It's so interesting how their eyes are just, they've got replacement eyes trying to keep them open, even when they're probably so tired behind them, that they're just trying to pry them open in a way and artificially look awake when you're not, because you're so run down. I know I'm getting more into the lyrics and all of that on this one than usual, so hopefully Twigs fans will appreciate it. But yeah, it's so funny how the meditation part and talking about wanting to relax is one of the angstiest parts of the song.
Stoking all the fires in the place that night. Call me later night, and I'll be running home to you. Didn't know that you were lonely.
I gotta look up what's up with the eye thing. Ooh. The imagery here is so interesting. Wow. Sorry, I just have to run it back here because I want to make sure. I mean, we're just into the chorus now. And it looks like what she's saying is that sometimes the journey to get yourself home can be a long journey to open yourself up to that's what you need. You just need to let all of that other stuff go and make that long journey to get home, and that's what will replenish you and make you whole again. But this is everything's got this static to it almost. And I don't mean that like an accident. I think it's intentional. That things are harsh and oh, and the person that needed her help. Wow. Oh, wow. I didn't see that coming. Sorry. So it's like her, you know what it feels like is when she went back, her mother, you know, her elders were there for her to help support her. And that at the end, it gave her the strength to get back to what looks like her daughter, because her daughter is lonely and all that and needed her help too. And so she's going to give the strength that she gained from the others. Oh, sorry. I live by the naval base. And so maybe there's a Blue Angel show coming up. They fly over the house all the time. But it looks like she pulled her daughter up, and I'm just assuming it's her daughter, and was now leaving all the other stuff behind to come back and help because that she was needed. That part, though, I don't... Oh, okay, so she's missing the eye through the whole video. I've got to figure this out because the eye, I'm not sure. I wonder if it has to do with that even though she's on the road and or, you know, doing performing and being away and doing all of that, that no matter what's going on through all that time, that one eye is covered up because that's the eye that's looking to home and looking to her daughter, and that one eye is always facing home. And so maybe that's what the message is right here, is that that is one part of her life, but her other part that grounds her and is a part of her is what's waiting at home. So that's going to be my guess. It's interesting. She said that whole ending was cellos and stuff, but it's all so processed and distorted that you can barely tell that it's cellos. It's just creating this massive sound. So really, really, really interesting. All right, so that is it for Home with You. I know I did a lot of talking in this one, but if you skipped over those sections just to watch me watch the video, I would suggest go back and listen to those sections if you haven't read what Twigs has said about what this song is about and what she was writing about for the different things, because I did do a breakdown in those sections. And I know how people watch videos. I mean, I do the same thing. Sometimes you've seen reactions so many times, you just go, no, I'm just going to skip what they're saying because I don't give a shit. I just want to see them react to the parts of the song. But if you really want to get a better understanding of the song, go back and take a look at that. And if you did stick around for those parts, yay you. All right. I think the next couple I have are that one that's like M3X1. I don't remember the numbers. And I can't remember what the other one is, but I had 3 in particular I was looking at doing. And if I didn't put it at the beginning here, okay, let me go ahead and say this. So I'm going to be starting a Patreon page. And so any FKA Twigs fans that want to help support the channel, because I'm going to be continuing with FKA Twigs. And I don't get much on YouTube, but every little bit helps. So if you want to do that, go there, and I'm going to ask for your opinions on what I should do with my channel and what the tiers should contain so that you feel like you're getting something worth your money. So I'll be asking for what you all want to see. So go to that video and do that. Even if you're not going to be joining Patreon, I still would like your input. All right? So you have a great day, great night, great life, and I'll see you next time. Bye.